This is the UNIFUN Aromatherapy humidifier, and this is a little unit that's suitable for smaller rooms like a bathroom, an office, sitting, on a nightstand by a bed, something of that nature. I consider it kind of like a personal humidifier in that regard. This one is 100 milliliters, which is roughly equivalent to a half a cup. It's actually just under a half a cup of water. So what you do, it comes with this little fill pitcher, and what you do is first, I guess I should say, you have to plug it in, because if you don't plug it in and you put the water in first, you're going to spill it all over when you're trying to plug it in. So plug the cord in the bottom, and then here is the other end of the plug. Some of these humidifiers come with just a USB cord, and you have to supply your own wall outlet. This is nice. It comes already with the wall outlet. So what you do first is you go ahead and you pour in the water. There's a little line here that says max, and that is the max fill line. Do not fill it up any more than that. If you do, you're going to have a mess, because when this mister starts making the water into like an aerosol mist, it's just going to get everywhere. So do heed that warning. There's also, I know you probably can't see it on the video, but it says drain side. There's a little arrow. If you need to dump out the container while it has water in it, make sure you pour from this side so that it doesn't affect any of the controls, because you don't want that. So then at this point, if you were going to add any essential oil, you would add the few drops in the reservoir. There's no set amount you're supposed to add. I think it's suggested that you add 3 or 4 drops, but if you want to add more, that's your business. Doesn't really matter. So I have the lid on. I want to point out that the lid actually does have 2 pieces to it, but when it comes, this bottom piece actually does snap into the top. So just make sure that yours is lined up nicely, so then when you have it on, it's secure. There are 2 buttons at the bottom. One says light, one says mist. You can use this as a night light without ever adding water to it. It will be just fine. You can use it as a mister without using the light, or you can use them both in conjunction. So I'm just going to show you how that works. I'm going to press the light button, and if you press it once, it will it will come on like that. If you press it more than one time, you're going to cycle through all the colors that are available. So there we go. And then it will turn off when it's done cycling through everything, just like that. I'm just going to leave it on blue. That's my favorite. Okay, so then the mist, you can press it once or you can press it twice, and the difference, and then 3 times is off. So the difference is that one of the modes is going to be a continuous, always on mist, and then it will last for 3 hours until the water reservoir runs dry and the machine turns off. The other one is more of a lighter intermittent mist, and that one says it will last 6 hours. So a little bit longer, but a little bit less, if that makes sense. It's kind of the difference between high and low, but on the low setting, it's going to go twice as long. As I kind of briefly brushed over, it does have an auto off feature, which means when you run the reservoir dry, it's going to automatically shut off. It won't overheat, nothing bad will happen. Of course, you can always add water mid-cycle if you want to. That's fine. Some other things to note. Cleaning. You will need to clean this because the oils leave kind of a oily residue around the reservoir area. Very easy to clean. Doesn't take hardly any time at all. Just take a damp paper towel or cloth and just kind of wipe along the inside, and then you can use a Q-tip to clean the inside of it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. So open that up, find the drain side, and that's the side we're going to drain it on. Okay, so in the middle here, this little part, that's the part you can clean with the Q-tip. Okay. You can use tap water with this. That's what I tend to use. I have, actually I have several of these little humidifiers and I love them. And I use tap water in them. The only disadvantage to tap water is that over time you could have a mineral deposit buildup, but if you're cleaning this regularly, that shouldn't be an issue. If you're really, really concerned, just use distilled water. You can buy it at any store. I think I have gone over everything. I just love these little humidifiers. They're inexpensive, and the fact that this one has a nightlight is also kind of a bonus, and I really like that too.